brother?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. Can't complain. Definitely. I hope everybody I think we don't have anybody on yet, but um,
We do.
oh, we got a couple people on here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and post it in the stream. But everybody on here, welcome. If this is your first time on here, my name is Bren. I got my boys Danksy, Rotes. We usually have two other hosts on too. My boy Yoni, and then for Loco, we do these streams twice a week. Usually Fridays or Tuesdays today at 1 p.m. PST, and then Fridays we do a little earlier at 10 a.m. PST. We just talk about everything that's going on in Web3 this week, from memes to majors to NFTs. We've been doing this stream for about 6 months now. It's been an exciting journey from when we started, when pretty much everything was dead in the summer, to where both crypto and NFTs are exploding. So it's been super fun to cover that. Usually, the way we start this show is we go ahead and do a little bit of a review for the past few days. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and have my boy Rhodes take over here. We're going to go ahead and talk about everything that's gone over the last few days, and we'll get into it.
Sounds good. Also, sounds like Danksy's got some broken internet. So hopefully he gets that up and running. But yeah, I mean, we had this big flush out over the weekend and then culminating Monday morning. Bitcoin chopped down to 88,000, which was a pure flush of liquidity. If you looked at the heat map, that was really the bottom of the longs, and we flushed out of that, and now we're pushed back up. We're back at 96 at the time of writing. I haven't checked here in the last little bit, but I assume we're probably right around that 96 and a half. Been as high as about 97, almost 98 on the day. Some positive news come out of the Trump camp here, or at least a Trump adjacent. There will be a crypto ball on the Friday before inauguration. There is expected to be several crypto enactments as soon as he's in office. So some really positive news there, kind of jumpstart the catalyst there. I mean, he wants to be the winner of crypto. He wants to own crypto, and I think a lot of that should come out well. I think we've defined through this cycle that crypto is inevitable, and no better way than for the U.S. government to really try to lead the charge there instead of lagging out behind and missing out on whatever potential opportunities exist, etc. In the terms of the AI market cap, it is up 20%. Really rough weekend for AI on the meme coin side of things. Down substantially, down right around that, I think, 10, 11 million mark. It's rebounded really well. Mine shares at 48%. That's down from 72% where we were, I guess, last week. But in general, AI sector of meme coins is performing really well, significantly here over the last 24 hours. Anime token details have been announced for Azuki. Azuki rallied about 2 ETH on announcement. That was Sunday night. They've now kind of fallen in about flat. Quite interesting. I think they're undervalued at this point. It's a little harder to gauge their total tokenomics given with some of the different reward systems, et cetera. But about 37% of the supply going to holders here right away. I think airdrop estimates right around that 10K mark. Not 10K, about 30K mark, 10 ETH mark, and kind of what I discussed on yesterday's show as well, where if you take that, subtract from the current price, they're still at about a bit of a discount. You would expect them to be about 4.5, 5 ETH post airdrop. I think is kind of a safe range for Azuki, maybe as high as 7. So if you take that and add, say 8 to 10 ETH on top of that, that kind of gives you your price range. So on the low side, kind of where we're at now. On the high side, you could go as high as 17 and a half. I think are the kind of the ranges where you would look for Azuki, but a little less on the reactive side of it than what we might have hoped for them on the tokenomics. In terms of NFT volume, yesterday was a really big day in the 40 million range, mostly driven by Azuki. But then today here, 23 million, still really strong. Ordinal's 2.23 and Solana 1.84, pretty steady. Notable movers, we have Doodles up and down, consistent teasing of tokens. I don't see the fit. Don't necessarily trust what they're teasing at the moment. To be determined. But if they do does occur, then you're probably get a more reactive price. Sorry, I got the hiccups randomly, but you're going to get more of a reactive price with them than maybe what you see with Azuki, because Azuki was almost all but guaranteed. We really believed that that was coming, and I think a lot of that got priced in ultimately. Sproto Gremlins, a nice little bounce. A lot of these price actions are really good percentage gains, but really kind of bounces off of weekend lows, etc. So Sproto rebounding here, 28%. Good to see nonetheless. You want to see which ones bounce the most, kind of shows strength, and which ones lead the bounce, which was yesterday. Farcoin, just unbelievable rocket send there. Well, it's 60%. And then here today, Little Pudgy's also up. Pudgy's continues to move up. I think overall, the narrative around everything that they have being built there with abstract and then future airdrops, etc. Pudgy ecosystem really is charging ahead. The eights of the cycle, I think, ultimately, in terms of wealth, ability to produce wealth. And then meme coin side of things, all led by AI. AI XBT up 68%. At the time of writing, Trust up 56, EVA 42%, ARC 33%, TriSig 31%. Kind of a mixed group all the way. Trust on the low side, and then on the higher side, AI XBT, all seeing some pretty good bounces. And then on the prediction markets, drifting a little bit more bullish here. 105K now at 47% probability, up from 41% over the last 24 hours, and then 80K now down to 15% from 17% probability. Again, these are achievements by the end of the month, but it gives a really good barometer on what the market sentiment is. I'm going to pause here. Welcome, Danksy. Hopefully your internet is working with you.
Moment of truth.
Testing. Does it work?
Okay. Yeah,
Yes, you are good.
Okay. Well, thank
Do
you
it
so much.
sound good or no?
You
Yeah, no, you
sound
sound all right,
you
bro.
sound great.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. So yeah, thank you so much, Rotes. That was amazing. Definitely a few things I want to go over that happened this week too. Just the last day or so. For those of you, Danksy, can you mute your mic too? There's a lot of feedback, bro. I think it's Danksy. It might be Rotes. I don't know.
No, I
Could
got
be
you.
me.
It's me, probably.
No worries. So a lot happened. First of all, if you guys just hopped on, I appreciate you. I just actually posted in the channel. So if you're coming from the Boss Man channel, you're coming from YouTube, or YouTube. What the fuck am I saying? Twitter. Uh, welcome. Again, we just went over a little bit of a review. We're going to talk about everything that went on in Web3 this week: crypto, NFTs, memes. Highlight a lot of good plays, and then answer some questions as well. So definitely write in the chat. This is gonna. There's only three of us today. So we'll make it a more intimate stream and definitely be looking at the chat more and all that. So, Roja MX. I always don't know how to pronounce your name. What's up? What's up, Panda? What's up, K Dog? What's up? I'm seeing a lot of usuals. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Minty Python. What's up, brother? Teep and Destroy says MLG. Yeah, we'll definitely look at MLG in a second. So definitely keep writing in the chat. We'll be looking at that, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the. Actually, I want to go over a few news stories that happened this week. The last few days, we got a lot. JP Morgan predicts that the new proposed XRP and SOL ETFs may attract 14 billion. It's pretty crazy to see that JP Morgan not only thinks there's going to be the SOL ETF, but an XRP one. So very interesting. I'd imagine that continues to push up both XRP
You
and
just
SOL.
can't stop XRP, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Definitely give the cult members more credence to think that it's going to be the world reserve currency and all that. I still don't see it, but I think it's going way higher. Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Let's see. Oh, and it's not on the one I'm looking at right now, but Facebook. Um, I don't know if anything changed between the last few days, but a lot of their board members wrote a letter and suggesting that they use some of their reserves, cash reserves, which I think is like 50 billion or something crazy, to buy some Bitcoin. Now, will that happen? Who knows? If I wouldn't be surprised if it happened with Facebook, because Mark Zuckerberg has talked about Bitcoin in the past. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, I think during the 2021 bull market, he posted a picture of like two of his pet goats, and he said one of them's named Bitcoin and the other one's named Max or some shit. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I would, the whole thing. If you've seen the Social Network, I wouldn't be surprised if if it's a competition for him to accumulate more Bitcoin than the Winklevoss twins and all that. So definitely interesting. That something to keep an eye on. We'll see if it
I
happens.
I don't know if you happen to. I know I only listened to about a third of it, but he was recently on Joe Rogan's
Yeah,
podcast. I'm curious to know if he talked any crypto or anything on that side of it. I know most of it was related to moderations and et cetera, but did they get into any crypto talk on
I
there?
didn't watch the whole thing, but I feel like we would have seen a clip if so. But
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing either. Gary Gensler today said Bitcoin's a highly speculative asset, but 7 billion people want to trade it. Just like we had gold for 10,000 years, we have Bitcoin. Interesting thing for him to say on the way out. Um, let's see, crypto wise, and then Telegram ton blockchain is going to expand to the U.S. Not quite sure what that means. Is there certain stuff that's not accessible to people in the U.S. right now on the ton blockchain? Does
I'm
anybody know?
pretty sure you can't even get a wallet in the US.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good then. Now they're expanding. I really like what Telegram's doing with implementing the app or the chain into the app and enabling people to tokenize their usernames and stuff like that. I think it works, especially when there's actual demand for the app. People are using it. I think it's something that a lot of other apps are probably going to do. I don't think they're all going to start their own L1. They'll probably go the L2 route or an L3 or something like an app chain. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. Any other news stories this week that I'm missing? NFT wise, I think what we should probably hit that on the NFT wise. But there's rumors that the punks are going to be
Oh
acquired by
yes,
somebody.
I meant to mention that one. Yeah, you want to share that story? I think that one's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting.
Let me share my screen really quickly. I think I'm good to go.
So
Yeah.
one of the most interesting ones is that, and I don't know if this was just a way of getting a lot of uh, eyes, etc., on the timeline, but seed phrase with the eyeball emoji in the comments, I thought was really interesting. But think someone like that, or think maybe an entity like that to take over punks versus what we have right now. I think that is really interesting. And then kind of background on that, and what I think is really important to talk about is that Yuga acquired punks kind of as a play of like where punks weren't Larva Labs wasn't necessarily heavily like invested in the future of punks, even though nothing was really the achievement, but they were able to acquire a lot of punks and a pretty strong asset at the time for a pretty good value. And I think with everything that's going on and the investment in the seed rounds that they've had, they're a little bit cash flow poor at the moment, and you could see that with their acquisition of Moonbirds, which was really a cash flow play more than anything else. So they're likely looking to bring in some more cash, and their best asset right now
Do we
outside of
know? Do we know how much they bought
assets.
punks for? Is that disclosed or no? Probably not, right?
Not
Um,
disclosed. It was around the time of the A16's Z deal,
Yeah.
um, but it was not disclosed.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I think the bull market's picking up. Hopefully, there'll be enough action off that they'll be able to get revenue, figure something out, and it's just kind of perfect timing. But yeah, I think what I read before too, and I'm not. It's just from a thread I read that they didn't really get as much funding as people thought too. There was like with the funding that they did raise, people thought they raised like 100 million when it really was like nowhere near that. But yeah, interesting to see. I really do hope that the strength of the bull market will just lift Yuga up and
We
not
can check We can
go
check
that.
somewhat what it is. Let me see.
I I think the bold move here is to add punks. Um,
Absolutely.
I think I
And
think I
go
think for
for
the
it.
most part it's going to be positive for punks as long as the entity isn't. It has
Oh
to be
no, they
organic. It
raised.
has to be organic enough to make
It's
sure that they
probably
don't
some punk whale
mess with
that's
it.
just like, it makes sense.
They raised
Henlo,
Really,
460 million in 2016
yeah, that's what they said too. I read a thread
or
that
in
was like this,
2022.
or valuated at 460
that was
million. Did they actually
deceiving.
get
Like they didn't
460
really
million
get
cash?
they didn't
No,
really
they
get
got 450 million in cash.
that's I read in some thread. What I read could have been wrong, but I heard that's like really deceiving. They really didn't get that much. But anyway, I don't want to go too much into that. Very interesting. We should definitely keep an eye on this. Hopefully, maybe there's some news here soon. I want to get to the comments. Somebody said Rafuro Says hello guys, thanks for the live. Take a look at Barra NFTs on the Barra chain L2 Arbitrum. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. I actually got a whitelist to Steady Teddies, which is like a really hyped NFT project coming up on Barra chain. But yeah, we'll take a look at that when we get to the NFTs. I definitely want to move on to the majors. Let me go and look at the chat really quick. Can you look at AOS? Yes, Leonard. We'll go and look at AOS for you for sure, brother. What's up, Yoni? How you doing? I didn't
What's
see you
good,
there.
boys? You right?
Yes, sir. We're doing well. How you doing?
I'm chilling. It's a bit choppy though in the market. Just kind of watching things.
Yes, sir. Pit P Fisty X says we can't really do anything with ton in the US. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we will be able to now. A cute cat sending off the bottom. Good lore, kind of shitty entry here, but still low. Yeah, we'll look at that for sure. I want to go ahead and move to the majors. I am sharing my screen, guys, right? Correct? You can see it?
Yeah, run it.
Mhm.
Bet. All right. So let's go and start with the majors. You notice how the last few weeks, or the last week really, the FUD and the doomsday and the talk that we're either going to chop or go down to 75K really picked up this week, even amongst a lot of well respected like influential accounts. And for anybody who's been around for a while, this is a really common occurrence, phenomenon that happens near the bottom of these corrections. And this is because most people base their entire thesis on in crypto on what the price is currently doing, right? And that's not all bad. There's good traders who can catch momentum and do well. But if all you're looking at is price, and that's all you're basing it off of, it's really easy to get really bearish. And that's exactly what happens near the bottom of these corrections. On these streams and in the Telegram Bossman calls, if you're in there, I've been very adamant that this entire time that not only chart wise but fundamentally, this entire move down is extremely corrective in nature, and this move down that we're getting on the majors and in memes in general, and on everything, is the best thing that could happen heading into 2025. Because obviously it's a super hyped year. There's a lot of expectations. If prices were at like 120K going into the Trump inauguration, all it would take is just like a few weeks of silence and nothing happening for Trump to really just lead to a lot of disappointment and a sell off. Instead, what we're getting is a big price pullback. Things are cooling off. Leverage is cooling down, so that any positive news is just going to send prices higher. So for me, this is, even though it's annoying, it's boring. Vibes just get terrible during these times, honestly. But uh, overall, this is the best thing that could happen to crypto. And historically, anybody who's been accumulating either longs, if you're doing, you're trading leverage, or just accumulating any of your conviction meme picks, AI picks, any of that, historically, those are people that win big during the next legs up. So you've heard me talk a few times in the stream. These corrections are very common during bull markets. Back in 2020, 2021, for example, we got, 5 or 6 20% pullbacks on Bitcoin, all the way up to 65K. This time we should expect no different. So this 20% correction or whatever on Bitcoin, not even 20, 15%, is very commonplace for bull markets. And honestly, again, it's the best thing that could happen. These old bull markets of the past were just up only, right? They'd be up only for a year. And we see what that led to every time is a 90% crash or 80% crash, 75% crash. Whereas I think we're entering a new era, very possibly, where we get corrections every 6 months. Things are allowed to cool off, so that hopefully, again, nothing's certain, we're entering a new era where we don't get those 85, 90% crashes anymore on Bitcoin. Again, due to the buyers that are coming in now, ETFs, people like Michael Saylor, hopefully bigger companies and all that. So to not go on to too much, what the price is currently telling us is one of two things. Either this consolidation is leading is done, we're done here, and we just head up from here, which is very possible. Or if we chop out here again and head down one more time, I believe that'll be the last low, again, in this very obvious corrective channel. And my thesis is by the end of February, or in January or February, we're going to see new all-time highs on the majors and a lot of memes as well. So yeah, if we do somehow get another low, I think the writing's on the wall here. Chart wise, super super corrective, which means again we're going to very likely lead to a new impulse up in the next few weeks. So I've been adding to my long slowly here on ETH and Sol, and again expecting a new highs in the next few weeks. ETH, same thing. If anything, I think the ETH setup is probably the cleanest. Beautiful corrective channel. I think on this next run in November, we kind of saw where ETH kind of took over for a bit as far as the majors go. I think we're going to see more of the same. from here on out, at least over the next 6 months, with ETH ETF inflows really picking up, and then I see ETH at all time highs pretty quickly here, and then above. So my bet, really, if I had to pick, I have a bag of ETH and Sol and some Bitcoin, but I think ETH is very likely going to outperform at least Bitcoin and very likely Sol heading into the rest of the year, or at least the rest of the first half of the year. ETH Bitcoin is another one. Again, it measures the strength of ETH against Bitcoin over time. Since the Bitcoin ETF and really the start of the bull market, Bitcoin's been dominating. But I do think very likely here we should bottom out here in the short term, and very likely put in a long term bottom here on ETH Bitcoin very very soon here. Let me go ahead and go to the comments. If you guys have any, yeah, we're gonna look at SPX 6900. If you guys have any majors or like any of the big coins that are on TradingView while we're on here, go ahead and write it in there. I'll go and check it out too. I'll go ahead and hit a few more. I'll just chime in and throw some out there, guys. If whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
did you look at Soul yet, or do you want to go
Yeah,
to Sui
no, you're right.
first?
I'll do Soul too. Sui, I think Sui might be forming a little bit of a bigger correction here. I could see Sui coming down a little bit more, forming a second low, kind of like how we did in here in November. But again, I don't see any sign of a major top here for Sui. Not my top L1 bet due to just the fact that it hasn't corrected a lot. I don't like to buy stuff that's straight up. But with that being said, I don't have any reason to believe that this doesn't just continue to head higher. So corrective could form another low, but I think in the next several weeks probably heads higher for sure. Let's go to Sol real quick. It's going to be the same as ETH and Bitcoin, guys. I do think they're all going to bottom out towards right at the same time. Looks very bullish here, especially these last few hours. If we were to take off, I could see us taking off here. I posted in the Telegram right before we started this stream. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. If you're not already in there. But yeah, I do think Sol we're going to get a few more days of consolidation, maybe 3 or 4 more days, which isn't even needed, but that would just be some nice icing on the cake. And then I do think we just take off. Again, beautiful corrective behavior, and yeah, I do think a
We
move
got
up.
a we got Anubis. See if you want to check Ada,
Yes,
and then we
sir.
got Mommy Costello on TikTok, XRP, and Hedera.
Mommy Costello, what's up on TikTok? Shout out to everybody on TikTok if you're watching us from there. That's awesome. We just started doing that last week, so that's fire. Cardano. What did mommy? What was her name? What was the other coin she asked
Mommy
before?
Costello, XRP, and Hedera
Okay,
from
perfect.
TikTok. Mommy Costello,
Mommy Costello. All right.
running it up on TikTok now.
Let's
It's good.
go. All right. So Cardano. So beautiful correction that this had into this low here. I didn't buy any Cardano. I longed XRP instead, but I think again this is just this move up that we got on XRP. I'm sorry, Cardano ADA in November was just a reflection of normies entering in the market again. For those of you who weren't around, this big move up that ADA had, anybody who was really alive, who was like over the age of fucking 16, who was like paying attention to crypto at all, heard of ADA. All of the people who were like brand new to crypto, it was like the most cultish coin back in 2020, 2021. And then obviously tanked when the entire market came down. This move up was just a reflection that those same people are coming back to the market. And my thesis is we kind of just got a nice little taste of what's to come back in November with normies starting to enter the market again. I remember in our Telegram, we got like 10,000 new members within like a couple weeks there. And that's just a reflection of new people entering the market. Now, again, I think we're going to see more of that. So I do think coins like ADA, XRP, the old school cult coins are going to do very well in that scenario. So I think ADA is correcting here, could come down one more time, but just like XRP and Doge, I think it moves back to all time highs in the next several months, probably. Could happen a lot sooner. And then, yeah, I think it probably goes to new all time highs, which is crazy. Even if you aren't holding ADA, you want to be cheering for ADA because honestly, it's just ADA going up is just a reflection of normies entering the market, which is going to drive the market higher in general. So, I forgot who asked about Anubis, right? I do think it does come down a bit more. Anubis, maybe, doesn't have to. Been consolidating actually for quite a while. So I think a move up is imminent on Cardano. I definitely would not be selling here, and I expect it to go to new all time highs. XRP is going to be mostly a lot of the same, but it might be explosive. I think we highlighted this correction a few weeks ago. Beautiful corrective channel it's coming out of, about to make new all time highs, which is beautiful, guys. I do think Cardano goes above $3, and really the sky's the limit, man. If the ETF pops off, the ETF could be a little far off, right? Because it takes months to get approved, but just the what's it called, narrative alone could push it a lot higher, and I think the sky's the limit for XRP. I made a post about it in the channel here this summer. I have a nice long position from here. I started taking a bit of profits back on this last move, but with the new developments, I'm going to hold most of this position. Heading into the rest of the year. So if you're holding XRP, again, I would not be selling. Um, Always would not, if you're a holder from XRP from way down here. Never a bad idea to rotate some profits into stuff that isn't as high market cap. That's also like cult like SPX, all that we'll talk about. But yeah, XRP probably going to go a lot higher. And then what was the other one that Mommy Costello asked
It's
about?
Mamie apparently, Mamie
Oh,
Costello,
my bad.
and it's Hedera.
Damn, you just had her had us calling her mommy.
No,
Uh,
that she just corrected me on TikTok. You gotta
no, I'm
you gotta
playing.
be right. You gotta
No,
go. You gotta go the right way.
no, I got you. Mamie, Mammy, how do we say it? What is the coin?
Mamie, Hedera.
Hedera. My bad, Mamie. Hedera hash graph. All right, so looks pretty much the same as XRP. I think a lot of these old 21 coins are going to have resurgences and make new all-time highs. Hedera, this is H bar, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, H bar is like, from what I understand, is like an actual piece of key infrastructure that people are going to use or actually do use. So hence why it's so explosive. But just chart wise alone, I think this on this next move makes new all-time highs and does a lot of the same that XRP does. So Mamie, I would not be selling it here. It looks nice.
Yeah, that's the exact same chart as XRP. Uh,
Exactly.
you want to pull up Ton? We spoke about Ton before. Ton has been kind of back in that area where he got arrested, and it kind of dropped in that area now.
Yeah, the classic. Let's see, ton. Oh, we should probably look at that on Trading View. Yeah, so ton. Yeah, this is interesting. So it's like a big consolidation, but it's a correction into this consolidation. I do think it very likely bottoms out here, and probably pushes above this all-time high if I had to guess. Um, Believe it or not, it looks a lot. It looks a lot like the Harambe setup. Weirdly enough, just this like big drawn out consolidation. Obviously, Ton made a huge move while a lot of other stuff wasn't really moving earlier this year. So not surprised to see it have a pullback. But again, I think coins in general are just driven by the operators, the people behind its ability to make partnerships, developments, all that. And the Pavel guy is just, to me, just seems like a super strong operator, and it makes sense with the app. I like everything I see fundamentally from it, and chart wise, I think it's forming a nice base to push up and make new all time highs here on this next run. So another one I would not be selling here. Yeah, we'll do SPX 6900 and lock in. Don't worry. We'll TikTok for a little while longer unless that American dude buys it. Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about it too. There's rumors that Elon might be even buying TikTok US as well.
Oh, I
Uh,
thought that was like crushed.
oh, maybe. My bad. Probably.
You want to pull up? Oh, we got a ton more to go. Uh, you want to pull up Doge
Yes.
or ApeCoin?
Yes, we'll do both. Okay. Beautiful correction on Doge. Looks very similar to the ETH correction. If the bottom's not already in, which it probably is, I do think Doge pushes to multiple dollars here, which is going to do incredible things for the meme coin market in general. There's a lot of people in Doge who just didn't just round tripped, who logged in over the last few weeks and are going to continue to log into their Robinhood or Coinbase or whatever and see that, whoa, holy shit, I'm in profit. And it's going to invigorate like a bunch of new attention into meme coins, and a lot of people are going to rotate that into other meme coins, a lot, especially the stuff on Coinbase, Giga, Mog, all that. So I do think Doge is going to hit new all-time highs here. Chart wise looks amazing. Probably goes to a dollar, maybe multiple dollars this year, which again, another one of those coins like ADA where if you don't hold any, I think everybody should be rooting for Doge, because it's the OG meme coin. It's like the Bitcoin of meme coins, and I do think it going up does rise all tides, or raise all the boats, so all meme boats. So chart wise, though, I do think very likely probably has bottomed out here. Again, 12 days of consolidation. If it somehow gives you another low, I would buy and definitely hold this thing. I think a move up is imminent in the next few months as well, probably a lot sooner. Um, let's see. Yeah, I can't remember who it is. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Any more things on here? Okay, yeah. I think optimism. The ETHL twos are really going to take off here on this next run and really pull away from a lot of other stuff. SHIB, another correction. I do think it is like going to continue to be a beta on Doge. But with that being said, I do think Pepe, Mog, Giga, SPX have a great shot at flipping SHIB eventually. I know that sounds crazy right now because it's still a 10-15x away, but yeah, SPX, the original SPX, the more boring version, the SPX 500 is actually correcting as well. I see this. I've been pretty adamant on the streams as well, and that this pullback on the SPX 500, S&P 500, is gonna eventually play out like these other corrections did. The last, 1, 2, 3, 4 corrections have played out since April of 24, and to lead to new all-time highs. Chart wise, the biggest giveaway that this is a correction is the lack of consolidation before coming down. Whereas big tops, bigger, longer term tops are the opposite. They have at least a few weeks or not a few months of consolidation before coming down. So whenever you see a correction just start out of nowhere, like one day it's up there and the next day it's down 5%, very likely that it's starting a correction. But anyway, I do think the SPX is going to move higher, and all risk assets are going to move higher into this next year as long as there's not some black swan or something, out of left field that ruins the party. But obviously, those kind of instances are rare, and you shouldn't be betting on those kind of things. Total 3, last one, looks super corrective. Total 3 is pretty much measures the market cap of crypto minus ETH and Bitcoin. So it gives us a kind of a view of how the market is doing outside the two biggest coins, right? So I do think we are going to make a new all-time high. This is a correction and finally push above 1.2. And then there, sky's the limit. Probably goes to 2 trillion this year. I know people actually have a lot higher prices or targets, but yeah, I think we finally pushed through this 2021 high. And the fact that we haven't even pushed through the 2021 all-time high for total market cap tells me we have a lot of room to go. So yeah, so you guys are asking about a lot of memes. I do want to go ahead and move on to that in just a second. Anything else here, guys? Yoni, Danksy, Rotes that we could hit?
Have you looked at AVAX?
Yes. We'll do that. I hope I'm saying that right. Moy says Bitcoin prediction end of January. So yeah, so my thesis is that January, February, that we will see by February we'll see by sometime in February we'll see new all-time highs. Now that could happen a lot sooner, but again, it's always possible we top out and get one more low, and then in that case, I think we go to February. If I had to guess, I think that we bottom out by January, and a very good chance that by the end of January we see new all-time highs. But again, we could push down one more time. So it's really impossible to know within a few days or a week when these corrections are going to end. But again, this corrective chart behavior is telling us that over the next few weeks we will get that bottom. We're really just trying to see whether we bottomed out or not. I forgot to say, but kind of the final confirmation for me where it's like, okay, 90% chance, 80% chance that we were going back to all-time highs from here is if we close with a daily candle close above this prior bounce high at around 103. So if we get a daily candle close above 103, at that point, very, very good chance that we're just going to send right back. But so far, again, just a matter of time before this goes up. AVAX, I will hit that before we're done here. AVAX is probably my top L1 pick right now. Again, due to it not really having a major move yet, crypto gaming is going to be a big catalyst for it. And I think it finally pushes out of this consolidation and on to new all-time highs this year. So, yeah, I do think corrects into this low and moves up here in the next few weeks. Bitcoin 110K, 20th January. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, make sure to drop tickers or alts in chat if you want us to take a look at it. We're just
Yes.
running through them as fast as can.
And I want to do, since we're coming up almost halfway, I want to do, before we move on to memes, I want to do a little bit of a reset. Please, if you guys are on here, we've been doing this for a bit here, but we're definitely trying to grow this stream and get this out to as many people as possible. So please share, like, retweet the stream. It's much appreciated. If you guys hopped on in the last 10 or so minutes, right now we're going over the majors, but we do this stream twice a week. As of right now, Tuesday at 1 p.m., like we're doing today, 10 a.m. On Friday. We talk about everything that's going on in crypto, go over your guys' comments, highlight a lot of the best opportunities in crypto right now, as well as go over a lot more other stuff. So if you guys, again, I just got my Twitter back. And we'll be doing the streams on there. I believe on Friday it'll be the exact same stream as we're doing now. But go ahead and follow everybody on the panel. Again, our boy For Loco is not on here now. I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys plug what they're doing. But again, I'm gonna be spending a lot more time on Twitter now. But I spend a lot of the time in the Boss Man Calls Telegram, which I co-run with my business partner Boss Man. It's honestly the greatest community on Telegram. It's just been an honor, and I love waking up every day, posting in there and engaging with that community. I post, we myself, Bossman, post pretty much a range of memes, majors, talk about everything in crypto, NFTs, giveaways, streams, bunch of cool stuff in there. Link is in the bio of my, I think of this stream, but as well as in my channel as well. Before I pass it off to these guys to tell you what they've got going on, we also have my one of my best friends here, Yoni. Him and I have gotten close over the last few months. Absolutely love this guy. He's a super, smart investor, but super talented musician as well. Definitely check out what he's doing, and he also adds so much insight to these streams with what he's doing on the AI and a bunch of stuff that I know a lot of other people are thinking about. I know a lot of people in the comments, want to see more from him on Twitter, so I'm super excited to see what he's going to do this year. I won't go too much into it. Last thing, he has a lot of cool content that I think is really going to, shock and get a lot of people excited as well. So we appreciate you
Thanks,
for being on here, Zioni, as well.
appreciate you guys.
And then I want to pass it off to my boy Danksy here to kind of tell you what the guys at B3L are doing as well.
Yo, thanks, Bren. Really like doing the space with you. It's been like 6 months now that we're doing. Oh no, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we hear you.
My TikTok's freaking out. But yeah, I run Bridge3Labs with Rotes with For Loco, who isn't here today, but it's normally three of us. Bridge3Labs, a group of investors and entrepreneurs building both in crypto and AI. Recently on the short-term stuff, we've done a lot of calls both on the AI front and just on crypto and macro. We love doing these spaces. We do, I think, spaces 3 times a week, twice with Bren and Yoni, like you said before. But feel free to join us. I think our link is in the description as well. But we're looking for some top-notch AI developers and also crypto developers right now, building out some pretty interesting projects. So feel free to reach out to us if you're one of those people, and we'll love to start building with you and investing with you as well.
Hell
Epic.
yeah! Hey, shout out to Sartoshi. I saw he commented on the stream. Appreciate you. Hell yeah! So yeah, 500 people on here. Love to see it. Definitely going to be expanding these streams. We'll all have face cams now, so you can see our beautiful faces here soon. Guests, a lot of cool stuff. So I think we built a nice base here, but definitely want to improve the stream, the entertainment value, everything. So we appreciate you guys so much for coming on. But let's go ahead and get on to memes. I think that's a lot. The reason why most of us are here. I'm going to go ahead and go over some stuff that really, what I'm thinking, my thoughts on memes right now. But as I'm doing that, please leave some tickers and stuff, your favorite coins in the channel. We'll try to hit and look at as many as I can. But I'll just go and preface this that just like the majors, pretty much everything is correcting right now. And a lot of the sentiment is gone pretty dark. A lot of people think that, a lot of stuff isn't going to recover at all. While everything's not going to recover, I think we're about to hit the part of the market where we see a lot of times, the part of the cycle where we see a lot of times in the fourth year where kind of everything runs together, at least the quality stuff, right? Whereas in the, of years past, we just get memes running in Bitcoin and a little bit of ETH and Sol. I think so much normie capital is going to enter again that we're going to start to see not just memes, but AI, alts, majors kind of all run together for maybe 6 month to a year period, more of a euphoric period. So with that being said, right now, the name of the game and historically, the people that win during these times are the people that identify those great assets, that perform well when things are doing really well. Maybe the vibes are up, people are still rating, the community vibes are still going, they're still creating great content. We'll go over some of those opportunities now. But if you see coins that are doing that during these 50, 60, 70% corrections, those are the ones that you want to buy. And historically, the people that do that and they ignore the FUD and they just, they just buy the stuff that they like and have conviction in, those are the people that win big when things really do well. So if you're new here and you see how things turn and how dark it's gotten and how people have gotten really scared, just know that this is natural. But I'm telling you, this is a common occurrence in bull markets. I'm telling you not to be scared. And we'll go over some stuff right now that I think is going to do really well heading into this next phase. So Bitcoin, I'll go ahead and start with ticker Bitcoin. For those of you who are new, yes, confusing as hell. I know. We're not talking about BTC, right? That's the original Bitcoin. This is the meme coin Bitcoin. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. Um, definitely, if you're new, check out their Twitter. But definitely an OG definition of a cult meme coin of over a year. To me, this is like people throw around the term generational entry. To me, this is an actual generational entry. To me, my thesis is a lot of coins are going to hit 10 billion this year. Several going to go above kind of where Doge was last cycle. I think Bitcoin, again, due to a bunch of great things, this chart setup, as well as how long they've been in the game, as all these other things, I think ticker Bitcoin has a great shot at hitting 10 billion and actually surpassing it. And I know that sounds crazy with it being at 178 mil with momentum down, but I think so much normie capital is going to enter crypto that not only Bitcoin, but several coins are going to hit that 10 billion mark, which Pepe is at right now. But let's say it goes to 5 billion. I'm wrong. It goes to 5 billion, goes halfway. That's still a 25x from here. I truly think that, even if it goes to a couple billion, which is where a bunch of coins are at now, I think it's going way higher. You're looking at a 10x. Either way, I think this is an amazing opportunity right now. Really slept on. And this is along with Flog and a few others we're going to go over. This is what I've been buying the most of the last few months. So if you're holding Bitcoin, I would hold on to it. I think this next move is going to be explosive and it's going to take it straight to a billion or very close. So that's one. Moodang we have up here. I don't have any Moodang, but I do think since it is on Coinbase, it very likely is going to bottom out and make a move higher. A lot of people are kind of missing the point here with Coinbase. It's not about the initial or Binance really. It's not about the initial announcement that's going to move markets. It's about when normie volume picks up and these normies come to Coinbase ready to bid meme coins and they see only 10 meme coins on there and one of them is fucking Moodang and Giga. Those are the ones that automatically have a leg up. It's not so much about the initial announcement. It's about the ability for these normies and other people, anybody on Coinbase to buy these coins, only 10 of them on there, whatever it is. So for that reason, and a lot of others, I think Moodang's going to move higher eventually. Flog, this is along with Bitcoin has been what I've been buying the most of. I think it's probably a top 3 or 4 meme coin position for me now. I think no brainer. It's just a perfect example of vibes, community vibes, holder count, and content value or content quality going up despite price going down. I've seen this happen with Mog. I've seen this happen with so many of these other corrections. I do think Flog is going to go absolutely crazy on this next run and go to multiple billions. So super great risk to reward bet. I would not be selling this here. And yeah, looks great. Harambe, another one. Harambe is every time it gets back to this all-time high is getting destroyed, but I do think it is eventually going to break that all-time high. Again, due to Harambe just being a top 10 meme overall, time in the game on this, 8 or 9 months. I think we've gotten, what is this, 2 or 3 weeks of consolidation. That's the last piece. Anytime now we could shift up, hit that all-time high, and I think this time we are going to break. So I have way, I have way too much Harambe, honestly, for how much for how low of a market cap it is. But literally every time since this summer, it's come down to this low. I've been adding, and I'm very comfy in my bags. I do think it's gonna at least go to the couple hundreds of millions, and very is a sleeper for a billion. Again, I think because of how powerful Harambe is in general and the time in the game. But we'll see. And then I'll go over a few more. I want to go and look at your guys' thing as well. But SPX, Giga, Mog, all three of those I put in the top tier right now of buys along with Bitcoin. These things are 1 billion market cap, but they have a way better chance of 10 to 50xing than pretty much any other low cap coin I know in the 1 or 2 millions that I've seen. Again, this is a beautiful correction here. I think on this next run, we're going to see SPX, Giga, Mog, the few true Colts that have really been putting in work for over a year now, really pull away from the rest and get to those 2, 3, 4, 5 billion market cap ranges. So SPX, beautiful corrections coming out of Giga, same thing. And then, yeah, beautiful correction here on Giga. 3 lows here, probably bottomed out. Could get a little bit more consolidation, but straight back to a billion, probably 2 billion for Giga on this next run. And then Mog right now, honestly, has Mog, there's a
Yeah.
lot of debate whether, Mog or Giga or SPX are going to come out on top. Honestly, I could see it going either way. I tend to, I have a pretty similar allocation to all three of these. They go up and down between each other, like one of my 2, 3, 4, 5 spot in my portfolio. But Mog right now, might be the biggest sleeper to pull away from SPX and Giga and all that and get up to where like Pepe is and stuff. Again, due to a lot of things. But yeah, I do think Mog, I added a bit more to it. I've been holding, I haven't sold a cent of Mog since I started buying around 15 or 20. Wish I would have bought more down here, but yeah, Mog to me is just the perfect meme coin. I think this is going to go way, way higher too. So,
You
um,
pull up virtuals.
yes, 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 of course. Let's see. Sam Lark Davis says he sold his Brett for Fartcoin this morning. That's funny. We'll go over that. I want to look at your guys' comments.
I'm not mad. I sold my Brett for AIXBT.
Hell yeah. Um, what was it, Danksy?
Virtuals.
Virtuals. Yes, this is another great correction. Virtuals and hype look very nice chart wise right now. I know this is a deep correction, but lack of consolidation, multiple bounces. Again, you're gonna get these major corrections every time eventually on these big coins. So 50% correction, I think it runs it back, and we're already starting to see strength. So yeah, I would not be selling virtuals here. Probably goes to 10 billion on this next run, 2x the all-time high. I personally like these $3 billion coins like Hype, and I know Hype is bigger, but these higher market cap coins, this Pengu, I'm not necessarily going in with size because I think there's other better bets right now. But with that being said, if you are holding this, I think it goes way higher. Corrected behavior, tons of mind share, a true infrastructure play. So yeah, looks good. And then what was shit? You said another one. Oh, I brought it up. Hype. Someone was asking about this earlier. Still tons of mind share. Nice correction. You got to expect a big correction eventually. Whenever these coins are going up, only not even 50% right now. It's like 40%. Again, 22 billion is an insane FTV. But can it go way higher?
It really is.
Probably. Uh, but let's see. Uh, SPX 6900 and lock in. I think we went through XPX, but
Popcat as well. I remember
yes,
someone
yes.
asking about Popcat
The
before.
cute cat too. K Dog the Great, which K Dog's always shown support on the streams. I appreciate you for being on. I think K Dog is in a B3L too, right?
Yeah, K Dog's a beast for
I love
sure.
K Dog. SPX 6900, one of the strongest memes. If this goes to 10 billion plus, surely Project A on NFTs are severely. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that's my thesis. K Dog. I think the Aeon Sprotos. We'll go over that here in a second when we get to NFTs, but I think they're severely undervalued and get up there in the top 10 in NFT floor prices in general, above all NFTs. Again, the convergence of NFTs and memes together, especially after these memes make new all-time highs, plus the NFT bull heating up, I think is going to be one of the strongest narratives of 2025. So I agree. I would buy an Aeon or a Sproto if you have the extra bread laying around. Popcat. And then I definitely want to get to the AI stuff as well. Right now we're at 1050. We got to give my boy Yoni time to shine real quick in a second, dude.
Well, it's really whatever people want to
Nah, I know.
hear. There's so much going on in AI too. It's like so many different sectors, and it's been so choppy. So many new projects, but there's definitely some stuff moving, and definitely some stuff that has bounced already, showing strength.
Absolutely. I don't know why this fucking chart looks like shit on here. I should probably do it on Dex. Popcat. So Popcat to me, I think beautiful correction here. Pretty much the biggest correction it's seen maybe ever, right? Maybe this one might have been a little bit bigger. But I do think lack of consolidation. I think this runs it back here. I think I have some Popcat. I do think Giga SPX Mog, the more movement coins are going to outpace and really pull away from the singular type coins that are more just about a singular meme like Popcat. With that being said, I think Popcat goes to 3 to 5 billion this year. So higher from here for sure. And let's see, one, two, three lows already. Maybe a bit of consolidation, but I think it pulls away with the other quality coins, especially if
Also,
it gets some
also
type.
some like new quotes. I feel like some new quotes worth mentioning because it's like there are a lot of people that are investing in newer quotes. Like UFD's been holding up a lot stronger than I thought it would. That's
Yeah,
obviously relatively new. Like there's some new stuff as well that has been MLG feels like this new kind of cult that's been forming that a lot of people have conviction in. This isn't like separate to what you're saying. I'm just saying kind of like in addition to it, people want newer things too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
look at MLG.
Yeah, let's
Or
look at UFD and
I feel like
MLG.
out of the new cult feeling ones, those are kind of the only two that I feel like actually feel like something forming and have been holding.
Yeah,
And then there's a
I like.
ton of AI stuff.
Yeah, for sure. UFD is a little bit special too because it's a cult coin for sure, but it's a cult around a person,
The operator, right?
which is good because the operator. It's not a lot of times when it's a cult around a person, it's like one of those weird cults, right? Where it's like the guy's like a fucking kook, but uh, this guy's like a he's a people are there's a cult around him because they like they value him, they respect him. He's like an OG, like fucking unk in the YouTube
Right.
like finance space. So I think it's a good thing. It's a kind of like a hybrid cult slash operator play. So from what I've seen, the guy has the intentions to build it to something bigger. So I like it for sure. I don't have a bag of it. Probably should have bought some back in January, but shout out to everybody who's winning on this. Super, a lot of mind share right now. I would say the only thing about this is it really hasn't gone through a crazy correction yet. I think that's 70-80% correction. Hopefully, it doesn't have to go through one. I think most coins usually do. Would really be the big test. But with that being said, hopefully it just goes to a billion without having to go through that. So amazing, looks great right now. Probably keeps going. And then the other one was
What MLG or
MLG.
UFC? Yeah, MLG.
Well,
MLG. Yeah, I love about MLG too is it's gone through those multiple 90% crashes and was sitting for a long time at like 5K market cap, which is fucking insane. And then went through this nice big correction here back in January, November to January, and then really took off when Banks, hopped on. So looks great. Does this continue on to 2, 3, 4, 500 million? Possible for sure. Does it see a big correction first? It's kind of been looks like SPX when Murad did that talk for real. It went from 2 to 164. That's an 80x run. I personally won't be buying after an 80x, but with that being said, could it go another 2, 3, 5x from here? Definitely possible. Just be aware that it is correcting here. Looks nice. Just be aware it could very well correct harder and chop for a while due to how much mindshare has been on this. But there's no, I mean, it has been consolidating for a bit. As long as it doesn't break below 60K here, I do think it's probably just going to continue to chop and then head higher eventually. But yeah, take profits on the way up, guys. MLG could continue higher, but we've seen these narratives shift extremely quickly. Make sure to lock in some gains. If you got in all the way down here, lock in some gains, get risk free, pay yourself. Uh, lock in.
lock in, lock in.
Yes. Lock in. Lock-in's right up there with Bitcoin, with really just being the one of the best risk to reward plays right now at 15 or 20 mil, with how much mind share it has, how the meme itself is just so applicable. Everybody in the world says lock in. On top of that, it's just time in the game on Murad's list, which helps a bunch of things. Beautiful corrective chart pattern. Again, I say this, I'm trying to drill it in your guys' head. Lack of consolidation, same as this one, consolidated for like 1 or 2 days before coming down. Dead giveaway. I think it could come down one more time, but same kind of thing with everything else. I think it's very close to bottoming if it hasn't already. So lock in. I mean, we're already at 20 million. It's just like Harambe. I think it's going to multiple hundreds of millions. If we get a strong enough market and the stars all align, I could see this at a billion. So again, we'll see. SPX lock in. Dancing plants. Is that a coin? You
I don't
keep
know
saying
what that is.
dancing plants, but P Fisty says definitely love being in this TG community, in the Telegram community. Hopefully someday I win the giveaway. I appreciate you for being for the support, P Fisty, for real. What do you think about Murad's thesis in general? Yeah, so been very very adamant that the thesis checks out 100%. Murad, I think, is a great guy. I think a lot of people have been thinking about this cult stuff and a lot of the tokenized community stuff for a long time, but he just put it, super eloquently in a that talk. I think again the thesis just checks out completely with the fact that XRP, ADA, which we talked about, Doge having these cult-like dynamics, these meme coins having those same type of cult-like dynamics with the movements, the supply distribution, time in the game, all of that. I think checks out. Does that mean every single coin on the list is going to go to his targets? No, not necessarily. I think Retardio's gotten hit hard. USA coin hasn't moved much. I think it probably is. USA coin might be the a big buy here, just the fact that it hasn't moved. But the SPX Gigas, Mogs, Retardios all have those cult like dynamics. I think that completely checks out and historically is what produces these 10, 20, 30, 50 billion market caps in Doge, ADA, and all that. And I think these coins have the best shot at replicating that. So yeah, that's why I'm holding seven figures. Like my biggest part of my portfolio is in those cult memes. I think they're the best risk to reward plays out there. And I think it's like a left and right curve play. I think it doesn't take a lot of intelligence to understand, and then I think the smartest people in the space really understand this stuff too. So I do think the cult, that to answer your question, the thesis completely checks out. And you notice again, just like we said earlier about the majors, everybody starts freaking fudding these coins right at the bottom. It happens every time. It just exposes people for really only looking at price. But if you're new here, whatever in trading, I really suggest forming a thesis on these coins other than just the current price, based on community content, all of that. That's how I was able to form a thesis and really buy these coins, and suggest these coins at the very bottom. So yeah, to answer your question, I know that was a rant. Super bullish on the cult coin thesis, and I think we're seeing it play out, and it's really going to play out in a big way here in the next few months. I don't know why. Okay. What are the top three memes you have full conviction in? Yeah, so that's tough to put in a three. I'm just going to give you five. Mog, SPX, Giga, Lock In, Ticker Bitcoin, and then Flog right up there, tied probably with fifth.
Not even Doge.
I mean, Doge is
You have Lock-in in your top. You
right
have
up.
Lock-in in your top 5.
Yeah, right now, absolutely. What
That's crazy.
do you think I missed?
I mean, I'm in Lock-in too. I think it's a great project. I think it's going to bounce. The top 5.
Talking about memes, yeah, for me. Yeah.
What's your top 5 then? What do you got?
Wait, are AI considered memes or considered?
Yeah, anything. I'm
just talking about
So,
memes.
like, is AIXBT considered a meme or no?
You put AIXBT about lock in? That's great. No, I'm just kidding.
Is our coin a meme coin or an AI coin?
I think he's talking about me. I don't know if they're talking about memes or AI.
Well, I think he's talking about any. I wonder because he's talking about any meme, any fair launch coin. Like, what is a meme now? Is it just like a cartoon, or do you mean like?
I consider the AI stuff memes too, so it just depends who you ask.
Yeah, so do I. I think top 5.
Dude, I consider anything you look up on Dex Screener a meme.
Yeah,
I mean, if
I
you
agree.
go odds thing, everything's that's not like a tech or utility play is like pretty much a meme. If you really want to consider, if you want to break it down.
I like SPX. I like Giga. I like Mog. I think it's hard to argue those 3. Those kind of cover my cult memes, if I'm being honest, as far as like what I feel most comfortable aping like super size into. I think the rest of it, I also really do love Fog. I have the NFT and I have a position in it. I'll probably add to it. But I like AIXBT. Also, I'm not even in it, but I really like Griffin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really like Griffin a lot, and I think it keeps performing, and I think it still has a higher ceiling to go. What was that, 4 or 5?
Oh yeah, Pooh. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Yoni. My bad, brother.
No, you're all good. You could talk about it. I mean, same thing. Top 4, top 5.
Yeah. What would you say is your fifth?
I'll literally look at my port right now and tell you. I mean, my bag would say ARC, but my conviction doesn't really say ARC.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
Do you want to pull up some of these charts?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up a Pooh in a second. I'm just getting back to the chat really quick. Saul Lark Davis say he sold Brett for Fartcoin this morning. What you guys think? I think Brett's gonna go up, but I think Fartcoin's probably gonna go up higher. So not a terrible trade. I'm not mad at it. Are dancing plants bullish? I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Please elaborate.
I don't
Uh,
know any person who knows.
yeah, thanks for acknowledging. I got a real question brewing.
He
Let's
said
hear it.
Griffin is a dancing plant.
Uh,
Okay.
let's see. Lo-fi. Yeah, we got to look at MLG too, bro. Appreciate it.
We did.
No, I didn't pull it up. Did I?
You
Yeah.
did. You're
Oh yeah,
trolling, bro.
I'm. Yeah, I'm done. All right. So, what was the other one? Someone else said
A
something.
poo.
Apu. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, Apu is up there. Really, I didn't. I have never taken a position in Apu personally. I like Flog as my frog play. That's one thing I actually fade Murad on. Really, he likes the Apu more. I like Flog better, but I do have 20 of the Flog NFTs as a hedge, so that's my Apu hedge. But I do think beautiful correction, lack of consolidation, multiple lows, really coiled here. I think it moves up hard here, and probably reach a billion as well. How hard is a run? I mean, Murad thinks it's. I remember he was talking about it flipping Pepe. That's probably not going to happen at this point, but I think it does going to make a big move up here on this next run. So Apu definitely would not be selling here. Notice a lot of these cult coins that have been around for a long time are all showing really nice setups. I think those are the ones that are going to go insane. Lo-fi, yes. I'd still have all my a huge percentage of my original lo-fi bag. I think again it got hit all the way to 100, which is crazy, but nothing too insane. I do think I do have a target here of 500 million in January, February. I think that's still possible. Again, due to it's like one T1 exchange listing away from really getting there, I think. And it's not really on any of those big exchanges yet. I do think it's very possible that happens here pretty soon. As far as the corrective chart pattern, lack of consolidation, multiple bounces, looks like a lot of these other corrective chart patterns. So I do think it probably bottoms out here soon. And again, if we just get a tier one listing, I think it could send straight to all time highs. So I wouldn't be selling here. I'm still holding mine. I know
Look
it's
up
tough.
Profane.
Griffin, yes. Baz real quick says, I know it's tough to generalize, just trying to figure it out if I should do some consolidating or just let them be. I didn't see your list of coins, bro. I don't know what you have to. What are you in? Just let me know. Let's see, Griffin. Uh,
We should also look at some AI coins. Sorry, too.
that's not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll wrap up the. We'll do
I
the
think I
AI.
might start. I think I might start bridging some money over to XRP memes. Honestly,
No
Griffin.
way. What's a good XRP meme coin?
I mean,
The
like I've been seeing like 3 of these fucking. I've been watching them from like a few million, just being like, "There's no way," and all of them are like fucking mooning on XRP. One of them is called like LIHUA is one of them. It's a coin on XRP. Like I've
Yeah.
been waiting for a dip on it, just keeps mooning. Another one is called Army on XRP.
I've
Just
been
keeps
checking
mooning.
Leo today or whatever. How do you say it?
Which?
What's it called? The second one you said?
I forgot. Leo. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I still have some of that. Is it pumping?
Yeah, I mean, it just hasn't come down really. I've been trying to find an entry since like I've been watching it at like 7 million. It's pumped to like 40.
Yeah. Griffane, though, beautiful correction. Again, no consolidation. Looks exactly like this one right here before going up. Already coming out of it. Probably makes new all-time highs today or tomorrow, honestly. Always could come down one more time if you. I wouldn't fade that dip. Definitely add or definitely not sell on this next one. I think it's going way higher. I think a lot of these AI coins, kind of my thesis, kind of a perfect kind of transition to really going in more into the AI stuff. I do think AI is going to accelerate from here. Very likely is like NFTs or DeFi summer, where 99% is going to go to zero when the bubble pops due to the technology really not being caught up to the valuations yet. With that being said, I think we're going way higher in the meantime, and the leaders will probably push to 2, 3, 5, 10 billion. I think the cult memes and the ones that have really like have the supply distribution and the time in the game and all that have higher ceilings and are going to push to 20, 30, 50 million billion. With that being said, the AI stuff, I think there's going to be a lot of new opportunities. Coins pushing 100, 10, 50, 100 million all the time. And the leader is probably going way higher too. So Griffin looks good. I don't. What's market caps it at right now? What is it? 430. Yeah, I think it's probably going to go to a billion next as well. I think a lot of these AI stuff are going to just start hitting a billion here. So trust. We'll look over Wolf. If it depends which Wolf you're asking about. Oh, interesting. Graphane is a dancing plant. Okay, gotcha. That Wiener AI coin has a really cool chat interface. Are you sure I want to pull that up? The Wiener AI coin? I don't know about.
No, 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 no,
I don't know about that. We're not trying to get banned from fucking Twitter streaming. That's
no.
crazy. People stream like crazy shit like that on Twitter? That's insane. Um, that's interesting because there's like no censorship really on Twitter when it comes to that stuff. People like live stream that stuff. That's crazy. Basked, pronounced Lee Huey, I think. What?
I don't know.
All right. I
What do you
assume you
mean about
I assume you mean Wolf on Soul. If so, that looks pretty cooked. Wolf on ETH looks good though. What were you gonna say?
what about the AI memes, AI
Yeah.
coins? Fartcoin, Cerebro, Goat.
Yes, sir. So fart. Haven't looked at in a few days. This is not the right fart. Why does that come up first? Damn it, bro. Is it fart coin together? Yeah. There we go. Uh so Fartcoin is in a weird kind of consolidation here. As long as it can break above this all-time high, it probably should send. Whenever you get consolidation, it's always tricky because if it breaks below the low here at 750, it could always go way lower. But I do think with the strength of everything, it's probably just going to push right past two. If it fails to break two and starts moving down here, only time I would start to worry about a longer term reversal is if we break below 630 with some daily candle closes. But I do think this is going to move up from here very likely. So I wouldn't be selling here. Looks good, but again, you want to make sure it breaks 1.5.
You
And then,
wanna you wanna pull up an AI coin for me after?
yeah,
Um,
what is it?
Moss.
Moss. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So AIXBT real quickly is moving out right at the all time high. Unless the whole market falls, is probably just going to keep going, almost at a billion. Continues to have a ton of mind share, so I think it's probably going to continue to lead into 2025. So not seeing nothing stopping here on AIXBT. That's probably my second. I think my second biggest AI position overall. Moss, same thing, man. A lot of these corrections are just coming out of really nice corrective channels. So Moss is kind of chopping here. It always could throw another low, but I would expect this to go up in the next few weeks too. What is Moss? Is it an agent or?
It's I guess it's a bunch of things. I guess it's a company that has a bunch of
It's
different patents.
Moss.
It has a bunch. They have a bunch of different patents, and like the dev has been, I guess, working on AGI for like 20 years or something. Actually studying it, yeah, and has been one of the projects that stood out to me early as someone that was just a little bit more legitimate than everything else, and has already kind of worked with like major corporations. I mean, people seem to have a similar narrative about other coins, but this just seemed like one flying under the radar that I've bought into, and I've just been tracking.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean it looks good chart wise. You're right. I think a lot of these coins are trying like kind of starting to look a lot like each other in a way, like kind of all trying to
Right,
get infrastructure. Zero Bro, for example, they're making an update to make it more like AIXBT in the way that it's more informational. Uh,
right. That'll have, yeah. I saw
yeah,
that. I actually think that's a decent idea.
yeah, no, for sure. I think they can pull it off. So yeah, I think this looks nice. I think really with the this kind of stuff, I would, Yoni and I've talked about this a lot, but I treat these in a little bit different way. Be more aggressive with taking profits on the newer stuff. But yeah, I think AI is going to accelerate. Zero Bro is a really interesting one. By the way, whoever asked about Wolf, I'll definitely look at that for you, man. I'm not ignoring it. Zero Bro is to me, I think it is going to recover.
It
Um,
took a fucking beating.
yeah, so it got hit by like the fucking trifecta of bearishness, with the overall market getting destroyed. First, I think this really at the top here, Spotify took off their music, then the whole market turned around, and then the Binance spot listing, like all three, and kind of in the same day. I'm sorry, the Binance perp listing all in the same day, kind of pushed it down hard. But to me, I think it's very likely going to chop in this box, recover above 280, and then send back higher. I think most of this move down is I attribute it to the entire market shitting the bed. A lot of people are like, "Oh, the Binance perp listing probably had something to do with it," but I wouldn't worry too much. I think it is going to move higher. Again, these coins are all driven by the ability of the operator or the community, but in this case, the operator to ship and make partnerships, announcements. Zero Bro has, and Jeffy and the team has shown they can do that better than anybody. So yeah, I think it's going to continue higher, a lot higher. So I'm not worried about Zero Bro. Wolf on Soul, really quickly. You know, I my prayers go out to you if you're still holding this. For real. I mean, damn, we all just got cooked on this, but you know.
Literally got so cooked.
Oh, I think we could all laugh. But 4 mil. I think what it does have going for it has been consolidating. Anything's possible. 4 million's fucking insane. What is this? 97% drop, whatever. Um,
I think I made a buy with size at like 100 million.
Damn, rip. Yoni formed the top.
Yeah, literally. I think I did.
So if you were able to get out here, just thank Yoni for being your exit liquidity.
I really was, for real.
Shout out to you, Yoni.
I think I might have done that more than once too, honestly. It was early on.
Pour one out for Yoni, for
Yeah.
sure. Here.
Yeah, actually pour one out for me for Wolf, for real.
Oh man. But with that being said, anything's possible, honestly, with bull markets. Uh my bet is not this goes back to all-time highs. I'd probably take, the opposite side of that bet. With that being said, in a bull market, this could easily bounce. If you got in here, maybe you get out break even. Maybe some shot in hell, the fucking team does something. It's crazy because Wolf is one of the few coins like, say what you want. Maybe it got farmed or something, but there was like a legit community around it. People changing their PFPs. I think the guy who suggested this still has a Wolf PFP, right? Fuck, like people still are repping it. Maybe I'm tripping.
Well, it could be the meme exists on multiple chains, and some of the other chains like on ETH, maybe AVAX, I saw like the other chains are doing decently better, but the one on Sol got absolutely obliterated and had the whole situation with it.
Yeah. Oh, Jake, my bad. I thought you had the Wolf PFP. I would be real interested to hear what you guys think of base ecosystem. Yeah. So again, operators are going to drive everything, and base and Coinbase are just the best crypto operators out there. So therefore, I think more TVL is going to be attracted to the chain, and therefore there will be some kind of meme presence on base chain. So I would imagine Brett continues to do well, and there probably is a bunch of new names that sprout up. So that's kind of my thesis. I haven't really bought anything on there yet, but if you're kind of someone who likes to be early on shit, maybe that's the move. Um, Basked, yeah, we'll look at Basked. Always solid breakdowns. Appreciate you, Mike. Boz said, "I really appreciate you taking the time to address my comments personally." Yeah, no worries, bro. Anubis says, "Hey, Bren, the top wallet on Landwolf on Sol is someone who has $68 million, and they just keep accumulating more, even though the chart is cooked, like you said. Does that usually mean anything? I'm still a noob on the blockchain. 68 million. You sure that's definitely not a liquidity pool, right? That sounds like too much. 68 million. What are you talking about? What's the market cap? Isn't it like 4 million?
No,
68
you said the guy had 68 million. What do you have 68 million of? Sol USD?
has $68 million. Oh, like he's a whale. Okay.
What? No, go. I don't know. What?
His wallet says
Check the wallet. Just pull up the
yeah,
wallet.
send the screenshot.
If you mean the top wallet, that's very likely a liquidity pool, right, or something. 23% of the supply.
Go
It
to
says, wait, look, this liquidity pool here's down here, but that's 8%. What the fuck is this?
check the wallet.
This guy does have 4 million in radium,
Could be an exchange.
3 million in dog with hat.
Could be
Why would an
exchange.
exchange be accumulating Wolf on Sol?
They're just holding it.
But
They don't do anything. You just like people send it in and they hold it.
is it on? It probably is some type of major exchange. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't just that alone think it's going to go up just because of that. I would like to look at that. I don't know too much about it, but anything's possible, man. I really hope that it recovers somehow. Boz says, "This was my first real emotional loss. 300 turned to damn." Sorry to hear that, Boz. I think that's something we can all learn from. Is like no matter how bullish something looks, just to not go all in and really don't put more than 10% of your bag in anything. I've gotten cooked like that too, man. Don't worry about it. You're gonna bounce back though. There's so many more fucking plays this year. Ski Mask Dog on base. We'll look at Ski Mask Dog for you really quickly. And then what else? I want Yoni. Anything you've been looking at lately? You kind of just been waiting for the market to.
No, yeah. So, I mean, Moby, I didn't take anything super recently, but because I've been waiting for things to recover a bit more. But I do really like Moby came out, which is like it was a collab between I think like Asset Dash and Griffin. It's actually like on Griffin. It's like an AI agent, and that
Okay.
just absolutely ripped. I was watching
Here,
it from like
let me finish this
30.
real quick, and I want to pull up some charts. You're talking about the Moby and everything. So,
Cool.
Ski Mask Dog. I think we looked at this on a stream or maybe something in the Bossman VC, but this is like its first major correction. What I will say about this correction, it is like a bigger one. Like it has pretty big lows and highs. So I do think there's a chance that we do make another low or two, and it does extend a bit further. But I will say chart wise, this does look corrective, and I will say, like I said, I do expect more volume and attention to come to base. This looks like it is probably one of the leaders with what like 190 million market cap. So I'd imagine this probably goes up with the strength of base whenever that does come. So could go a little bit lower in the short term again due to the chart, the way the chart looks, but I'd imagine it does move higher with the strength of base. Any AI launches coming? What was the one you were talking about? Moby? How do you say that?
Moby just came out literally 2 days ago. It's already at like 50 something million.
Wow.
Look at this.
Yeah, up only. Not much I can glean from the chart. What is it exactly? You said it's like a collab between Griffin and.
It's an AI agent on Griffin, I guess, that is deployed on Griffin, and it's like on it was like I don't know. I guess it's something with Asset Dash and Griffin. It's like sitting right there on the dash of Griffin, and you could just click on it and use them.
Is this a whale? What is this supposed to be?
Yeah, it looks like a whale.
Looks like a whale. Look like a fucking lizard.
Yeah, like Moby Dick, whale.
Yeah, I mean,
I got you, bro. Don't worry.
I have a decent position. I have a decent position in Buzz. I do like Buzz also.
Damn, dude. Buzz. Oh yeah, we were talking about this on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about this. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think we were talking about it like down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Buzz. Corrective. Is this more of a hive one?
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, came out of the correction. Very good chance. Already surpassed the bounce high here. Very good chance it just sends back to all time highs. If it does somehow give you another low, I wouldn't fade that. Again, all the writings on the wall. I'd expect again a lot of these AI leaders just to continue up. So looks good chart wise. Another one I like this week that I bought. Again, I'm really picky a lot on the AI stuff. I like to take concentrated positions. Schizo.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it in a few days, but to me, my boy Khan, Crypto Con in one of my chats I'm in. Good guy. He really broke it down for me and how they're kind of covering all the bases with a lot of the big narratives, but actually building real shit. Like it's kind of they have the AI agent, swarms, framework, and one other of the narratives kind of hitting all the boxes. And I think it continues higher. I didn't even see that I made this big dip the last few days, but bought some here. I think it's has a good shot at going to the couple hundreds of millions like a lot of these other ones are. So yeah, Schizo is a big one for me this week. Let's see, Trisig. Yes. We have our boy for Loco's big on that one. I do like Trisig 2's chart. Already kind of creeping out of that channel here. I think again I'd like to see it close above 50. It really solidify that the bottom's in. But yeah, I like the way Trisig looks right now. Very good chance it just floats back to all-time highs. It's pronounced Baz. Roja says, Yoni, is there anything on virtuals you are liking / watching?
Besides AIXBT, I don't know. It's really tough because I like virtuals more because they release less, and the charts don't seem to be as volatile. Like above 10 million at least, under 10 million there's still, or under 15 million there's still a few that are pretty volatile. For me, I just love AIXBT. Like with size, I like virtuals, but I love AIXBT just because the mind share just is able to give me conviction that I need to add to it to kind of be there and draw back. It becomes a lot harder for me with a lot of other things. And for AIXBT, I just can never fade mindshare, and it's just constantly. I said this like when we first started talking about it before me and Bren got in. I think it's the biggest. At that point, I said I thought it was going to be the biggest KOL, and it pretty much is right now. And I thought it was going to be one of, if not the biggest, crypto Twitter account by the end of this bull cycle, and it could be on pace to continue doing that for sure, being one of. So I just think as long as it continues to do that, it's going to be pretty hard to fade that. Whereas all these other AI agents or chatbots or whatever, things that do relative stuff, there's going to keep being newer, shinier stuff, but I'm not sure that they'll be able to take over the mind share. It's just been so dominant. So that's what's given me the conviction in AIXBT. And I'm just kind of like staying there for now until I find something else I love as much.
Dude, that's a great point, man. You're right, dude. So there's like literally it could be a clone of AIXBT tomorrow that's made, but it's about the network effects and like the fact that everybody's loves this AIXBT. It's the network effects and the mind share, like you're saying. It's just like somebody can make a Bitcoin tomorrow that's like a little bit faster or whatever, but nobody's gonna give a fuck. It's about the network effects and the actual, like you said, mind share. So great point. And I think that's why it's going to continue to dominate. And we could see some other personalities like this kind of go the AIXBT route that really gets a lot of mind share, but maybe like a one that's more funny, like a more personality or whatever it is. I think that's kind of the next wave. I think a lot of these AI agents have looked a lot of the same, and they're kind of like they're either edgy, like an edge lord, or like roasting people, or they're like informational. I think we're going to get a lot more like personality and different shit from these things when they start to get like in video form and all that stuff. What do you
Pull
think?
up Goat?
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
mentioned Goat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
T-Bone
I forget.
Bay mentioned Goat in the comments, not in the chat. So just checking out everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Thank
good.
you. So, Goat is actually I took a big position in Goat the other day as well. To me, beautiful correct. This is probably the nicest correction out of any of these right now. Uh, had a ton of mind share, was the original like AIXB or AI mover in general. Obviously, there's been some change on that, but hype's died down. Beautiful correction. I think Goat's gonna make another all-time high here. Kind of how you know, Fartcoin. I don't know if it becomes the top one again. I don't think it really needs to, but I think a bit of more consolidation here, and I think it is going to bottom out and move to all-time highs. Again, these are the coins you want to buy that still have a good narrative behind it, still have good holders. Was big at one time, but then people are focusing on the other shiny balls. That's when you want to strike. Pause. That sounded so weird, but
Another two AI coins that, I mean, it's tricky because there are a lot of great projects, but at the same time, the narrative can change kind of on a dime. And there's so many new projects that come out too. With every other project seems to have a hackathon winner. Like Buzz, the guy won like it was like an 8-time hackathon winner, and I was like, all right, so this must be like the level 10 boss of hackathons.
yeah,
And then like in the chat, whatever, you'll be in another chat, and 3 more fucking projects are talking about hackathon winners, and I'm like, yo, how many of these fucking things go on a day for there to be this many hackathon winners on every project? I'm not even sure I know what the hackathon is.
I'm running a hackathon tomorrow, and I'm going to win it. So I'm ready to send.
Exactly. So just drop a coin then, and everyone in my chat will buy the fuck out of it. Just say that. But I'm in LMT still, and it's been holding pretty well. I'm still in ALK. Pretty annoying pullback. I mean, it's natural, I guess, but ALK is still a great project. Keep shipping. So I'm
damn,
still
LMT looks super wound up. What this tells me is that despite like the whole market being shit right now, there's like a lot of buy pressure on this shit. It's probably gonna sell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. LMT is the one that like the product. I don't think is dropped yet, and it's supposed to be like what all of these other chatbots are, but you could speak into it. And they released this crazy video that literally looks like Apple released it, but that chart looks like it wants to explode.
Yeah, you're right. I want to look at W or Waifu, however the fuck you say that.
Oh yeah, Vifu. It's like Dasha. It's an infrastructure play. It launches AI agents.
But yeah, so nice correction here. Again, these are just dead giveaways with the lack of consolidation into this low too. I think it's going to at least make new all-time highs. You want to make sure it breaks this high though. Could always fail and then just keep chopping, but as long as it can break this high, I think it's going to approach this high as long as it's able to break 180. I think it's going to send higher. It's one that's been around for a few weeks or a few months. So, Alkalit. There's fucking these AI coins have the gnarliest names. Alkalit. Acolyte. Yeah, I mean, fucking story of AI right now. Just these coins coming out of nice corrections. The buy was to buy these the last a few days ago, but and other ones on base. I'd expect this is obviously on virtuals too, right? I'd be taking profits on these pretty aggressively as there's so many of these agents coming out. But with that being said, coming out of a nice correction, I'd imagine probably breaks all time highs pretty soon here. Damn, I love this. Honestly, this is amazing. You guys, so much engagement in the chat today. Best one we've ever had. So, love you guys. I'm a big fan of Brian Young on YouTube, and he has the first one I heard pitch ski mask. Okay, right on. Brian, that sounds familiar. Brian Jung. Buzz and Moby, my only bags. Damn, my boy's all in.
Yeah, but also that means that he's fucking on because
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Also is another coin that I really really like that I actually want to get into. I've been eyeing, and it's like I don't know. I might move into it with size soon. I really like Orbit.
Hell yeah. I want to go over that. By the way, we're going to get into NFTs in a second. My boy Rotes, which I want to hear more from Rotes on this AI stuff and stuff too. Please chime in more if you have any thoughts, Rotes. But we're going to go ahead and move on to NFTs in a second as well. So if you're here for that, we're definitely not going to miss that. I'm going to look at Orbit real quick too. Boz says thoughts on CRA/crypto redemption arc. I saw one sketchy transactions on Deck Screener that gave me pause, whichever.
Why do you spell pause like that?
That's funny. All right. Thoughts on CRA/crypto redemption. What's CRA? Is that another coin? Crypto redemption.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Crypto redemption arc. Have you heard of this coin?
Yeah, what is this? I don't know what it is.
Baz literally just turned into a cat. Sorry, I'm way late on that, but those paws.
Yeah. Nearly 1,000 viewers. Yes, love that. Thank you, Jake. Crypto family. Love that. Whichever. Yeah. So crypto. Wow, this looks got hit pretty hard. Like, where the fuck is it? Yeah, I mean, it only pumped for a few days. I don't know anything about this. In order for me to tell you, okay, this is probably going to pump back, I would need to know more of the details other than the chart. I will say what it does have going for it, though, Baz, is that it has been consolidating for 2 weeks. So if there was going to be some type of resurgence,
The hell, that thing looks dead as fuck.
yeah, people pushing it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great, right? Over 90% consolidation. But if there is going to be some type of pushing or whatever, you do want to see a lot of consolidation. But I wouldn't really start taking it seriously or whatever.
Maybe make another small buy and then just hope to God.
Yeah, exactly. Just maybe just another small buy and then just pray for the rest of the bull run that it goes up. Yeah, it's possible, man. Anything's possible. Maybe it gets CTO'd. I don't know what the thing is with the team. Before we move on to NFTs and wrap it up with the meme coin stuff, I do want to check Botify. Mioni, is there any coins right now like that you've been looking at the last few days? I know we named a couple that are in good corrections, but I know that people always ask from you like maybe a few plays that are in primed right now that you like. After we look at Botify.
Yeah.
So I think Botify, to me, this consolidation is telling me we're very likely starting a correction right here, kind of something like this, where maybe it corrects for a few more days. It's always possible it just rips up from here, but I expect a little bit more correction here. And again, maybe gives you a 30-40% correction like we did up here. But I mean, overall, this looks good, and I'd imagine it continues higher.
I've been seeing Spotify. I haven't dove into it, but I've been seeing it a bunch.
Let's see. Check out Spotify. Yeah, we did that.
I like Mog a lot just because it's hard to kind of go in with size in a lot of these other coins that are a bit earlier. Yeah. I think if you're in some of these AI coins, like I'm in Sny, I'm in Alk, I'm in some of these, I'm in Griffin. I mean, not Griffin, sorry, Arc. Some of them have pulled back, and I think they're still great projects. Not much has changed except for the price, so I would just add to them. Another like not AI coin but completely cartoon meme coin that I kind of like is Cat with Hat at 16 million. I don't know, something about it. I know that's random, and I'm not sure if it's in a correction. I haven't even opened the chart, but I kind of like it.
This it?
Yeah, I think so. At 16? No,
that's not it.
No, that's not it.
What's the ticker?
C-With? Yeah, probably.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That's not it.
No. Here, I got it. It's CWH.
There we go. Okay. Interesting. So okay, so this is new. I would have thought this was older. Let's see.
No, it's new. I
Yeah.
don't know. This is just it's obviously a gamble. This isn't like
Yeah.
financial advice, but I like it for a gamble.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I could see it going either way. There's just not enough information. But I do like how it's been consolidating for a few days. If it were to close back above 30, I think very good chance it just sends. But yeah, I don't really have a strong opinion on this either way.
Yeah. So my pick to go in, whether it's smaller money or with size, just money you care about, essentially, it would be Mog. I just feel like seeing it back at 700 million. It's like you said, any of the power players under $1 billion, you just be accumulating because they have the highest threshold to move, and this like under $1 billion is a joke to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think that's you. But Yoni and I have been talking about a lot lately. My thesis, like any of these coins, again, Yoni went over a few coins that he likes there. For me, we talked about that earlier on the show. I think it's just really easy right now. No brainers with the coins between 200 to a billion, the cult coins, or like whatever these you want to call these coins, the Mogs, SPX, Gigas, ticker Bitcoins, lock in, Flog, even anything under the billion mark, I'm in buy mode, buy mode, buy mode. As soon as these start to surpass a billion, I'm in hold mode into the multiple billions. As we get to 4 or 5, I'll start taking some profits and stuff. But that's kind of where I am. I think right now you're looking at easy 10 to 50 X's with just holding these good coins. You can go in with size, you can enjoy the communities, all this stuff without having to worry about gambling in the trenches type of stuff. But there's nothing wrong with that. But I think right now you're not going to have this opportunity. You're going to wish you had these opportunities to buy these great coins at these insane discounts looking back like a year from now. So right now, that's just like, I think that's the move again, is just accumulating these no-brainer coins in these under a billion mark and just watch them go crazy this year. So
Damn.
uh,
AIXVT is moving.
yes, sir. AIXBT. Yeah. For me, yeah, AXBT, Zero Bro, going to continue to be my biggest holds. I really like Schizo here.
Oh, look
And
at that candle.
yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. I do want to move on to NFTs. Botify, we already checked. I don't know if you saw that,
Yes,
brother.
sir. I got a new NFT last week. I'm not sure if I put it out, that Pond NFT, which I'm actually happy I snagged.
Hell
You
yeah,
made me
we'll
snag
look at
it.
that.
Cool. Let's
We'll look
run
at that.
NFTs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bot said, I swear I thought it was up only 40% this morning. Must have misread. Awesome. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and move on to NFTs. Appreciate you guys with the meme coin stuff. Again, we're going to go ahead and we do this every week. We're going to go ahead and move on to NFTs now. Usually, the way we start out with the NFTs is we have my boy Rotes bless us with some statistics. So, are you able to pull up your screen, Rotes? You want me to just pull up Magic Eden?
Yeah, go ahead and pull up Magic Eden. Tuesdays in the office, my Wi-Fi just doesn't roll the screen share.
No worries, brother. So,
But we did get a nice volume rally over the last couple of days, mostly driven by Azuki. As I mentioned at the top of the show, Azuki has come out with announcing Anime Token official. A real lack of responsiveness on this. In fact, they're back down to the floor where we were discussing it in the past, trying to say that it is buy mode for Azuki. It did get about a 2 ETH pump, so there was a quick profit window there of 2 ETH. Trying to figure out tokenomics, etc., and factoring in, say, roughly about a $1 billion valuation. This puts the reward on an Azuki. Again, this is all kind of back in math and stuff like that, but puts about a 10 ETH airdrop expectation, roughly, give or take, and that's at a strict 3,000 ETH. Of course, ETH is up now, so maybe a little less than that. But if you were to take all that math into consideration, there may be that pretty much puts Azuki in the valuation of, say, roughly 13 to 17 ETH kind of true value. So pretty close to where it's at now, maybe a little higher, that sort of thing. What kind of legs out Azuki compared to something like Pudgy Penguins is the fact that they had subsequent airdrops going on. So they had the Pengu token and then thereafter the abstract. And I think that helped that story. But at the moment, the timeline is a little weak on Azuki. I'm not so sure if it's just a weakness in the market in general.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Do you attribute this to just like crypto, like the fungible, like the ETH
Yeah,
and
I
sold
mean, typically
down? Or?
these rallies themselves happen closer to when the airdrop is going to happen,
Yeah.
right? If it's the similar kind of metrics as the way Pengu worked, where you had to go in and claim your airdrop, well, then we're going to get a rally right up to when that token is expected. I've seen things around January, end of January, kind of airdrop
Yeah, I think
situation.
it said in this post right here, bro. That's January for sure.
Yeah, so in that event, then we probably we got a couple weeks here of movement, and if you kind of think inauguration and maybe a post inauguration bump, etc., then we could see some Azuki movement here towards the last week of the month, and look for that. But so far, tempered on there. Of course, there's other things at play here with the fact that it's going to reward additional for those that have. Badges and achievements for level of holder status, etc. So maybe that's keeping non-holders kind of at bay, given the fact that they're maybe thinking they're not going to get rewarded as well. But my understanding is the reward for just base ownership is still pretty good, pretty strong, and I think there is a bit of value to be had there, but maybe not necessarily a lot of value. Keep in mind, you buy at this price right now and ETH surges, that's going to change that tokenomics equation a bit too as well. So there's a kind of a backwards effect, if you will, with ETH appreciating versus the effect of when ETH crashed over the weekend. I think Sunday, Monday provided a really good opportunity to be adding ETH NFTs because they were at a pretty good discount. And I still think they're at a reasonable discount here for the next little bit. But for the most part, I'm expecting maybe some of that floor to be in, and that we're looking for rallies now. Of course, I want to see something like Yuga or one of the major players drive that. Maybe something like Yuga selling Punks getting a good holder, and therefore Yuga having a strict focus on Yuga assets outside of Moonbirds may be a form of that catalyst. But overall, pretty good. We got that retracement so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and now we're waiting it out. Doodles, that's the other one that's really interesting here. Sure, loving to tease the token. I've been a little less optimistic with Doodles. Again, I keep saying that I don't know if the token is a fit for them, and I don't like this teasing that's going on so far. It feels like a bit of a self pump versus really what their core focus and all that kind of stuff is. But either way, there is positive price action going on with Doodles. But you can see this is actually a really good chart to highlight the fact that NFTs being benevolent goods are something that we'll see, a lot of the price action in, a few short candles, and then you'll see that consolidation retracement, and then another kind of pump action. If you look at the price and where it's surged and where it's kind of retraced here, it's kind of looking interesting to me. I mean, it kind of looks like a not a bad spot right here. Maybe you could go back a little further down one more level. Actually, in fact, as you zoom out, I think one more level down might be possible. But yeah, they're a bit of a black box when it comes to this token side of things. I am not buying the narrative for them on a token. I'm probably wrong. They'll probably do some token, but I don't think it's going to be all that successful unless they come up with some creative name and some creative way to fit it into the ecosystem.
For sure. I think all these big ones, it's just going to be the narrative this year. Like they're all going to launch tokens, I think. And you're right. A lot of them that aren't going to be successful IPs, the coins will just trend towards zero. But I think there's in a Web3 ecosystem where, tokenization and digital wallets and all these things are going to become mass adopted. I do think there's a way for people to, like the good operators, to really do big things with the tokens in the sense of, if you look at what Luca wants to do with the tokens, like pretty much all the toys, they're going to have this pudgy land or metaverse they're building, whatever, where like one example they can implement the token into like the products is like every one of those toys is going to come with like these traits that people can use in the game or whatever, and people are going to be able to resell those traits for like a few dollars each in that game, like
Mm-hmm.
$2 or $3, which
Mm-hmm.
a few of those pretty much enables people to recoup maybe not the entire 10 or 15, $20 they get on the toys, but even half of that. Something like that enables the real world use in the tokens. I think people like VFriends, for example, which is like my biggest NFT bet. Gary Vee is just really big on giving and just giveaways and doing all this crazy shit. Like what they can do with a token is just going to be next level. Again, it's going to come down to the operators themselves. Are they good?
Yeah.
They're going to be able to do stuff. And two, is the IP going to matter? Obviously, if Doodles doesn't matter in 5 years from now, then the token's going to be at fucking zero. But the ones VFriends, Suzuki, possibly Apes, whoever, like the ones that do have a legit IP, I think the token is going to be very symbiotic and do very well. So
I think you nailed it there with the operator side of it, and Luca as an operator
Yep.
really seems to have a super clear vision
yes,
on that path forward and what it takes to be successful. And so far, it's just like hit after hit after hit, and it's hard to fade them. Like I said, right off the top, I think they're easily it's not anything that should be surprising. It's pretty obvious, but in terms of like to the scale, I think Pudgy's is easily that Bored Ape of this cycle in the terms of how it's being able to perform, how it's being able to deliver successful results one after another, and it was really hard to fade Yuga all the way across the board. Now, if they're selling a bunch of land for Pudgy World, that might be the time that you want to start to fade them. But yeah, in all seriousness, pretty good overall. Like I said, I want to see some action from Punks and Apes to really show the true strength health of the market. Another one I want to bring up, we've looked at it in the past. I think maybe this last Friday or the Friday before, is Jerson. Jerson has some potential for tokens as well. One thing to note is they are the team is the creators of Bullx. And so some token teasing in there and some connections there in the terms of
Yoni,
some of that.
we were looking at this last year, Yoni. We were looking at this last week, Yoni. What do you think of these shits?
There was one near the floor that I was looking at earlier today that was super sweet. I don't know if it's sold now, but I just love the aesthetics of it. It was
What's the floor right now?
0.91 or something like that. So the thoughts are is that if they get like a Bullx airdrop or even a Jerson token or whatever the case may be, that one's really clean. Then it doesn't take much for an airdrop to be very successful then, right? Because they're only at a 0.86 floor.
Yoni,
right?
what'd you say?
Less than 3K.
Pull up a few other ones. And wait, you're saying that you're thinking that Bullx will give an airdrop once they actually drop something just for holding this, and you're saying the risk reward is there just for that?
I believe so. Yep. That's another clean one.
Some of these are crazy though. Like,
pull up a few other ones. I
like that lightning bolt one. In the middle, that one's good too.
0.94 ETH. What's the floor? Like about like $1,000 or something?
No, that's about 3K. Yeah.
Bro, I thought we were in 2021. We are at 1K ETH.
No, so if you got an airdrop of 1K, if you got an airdrop of 1K, that's a 0.3 ETH return. So like on the low side for an airdrop, this is.
It might as well be 2021. ETH's been the same price for fucking 9 years.
For real.
And then the other reason why I brought this up last week is that this was on the list of 4 other kind of larger NFT KOLs than myself, where this was their kind of most slept on project, whereas no other project was really kind of in that group. Now, I think the person that ran that poll, or at least did that work, has Jerson, right? So there is maybe a bit of bias there, but overall.
Are you telling me they're pumping their own bags on Twitter? There's no way.
100%. If they're defining NFT KOLs as people that they know are already into Jerson, then sure. That one's super sweet.
They wouldn't do that. Oh, this looks nice.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yo, this is
what's the character? Just like, what is that? Like a dinosaur man?
Yeah, dinosaur. So my understanding is they took over Project Gojira? I tried to look into kind of the backstory and lore a bit on these. They came out with new art in August. And so this wasn't necessarily pure drop. If anyone is watching and has some notes on it, I'd appreciate it. But I think their project got Jira turned into JiraSan. So an NFT collection that's been around for several years, and this operator team in behind it have done quite a bit. Like I said, they're delivering BullX and a few other things. So
Hey, this
to
one,
me,
Right.
they're
Yes.
really quite interesting.
Yeah.
And at this price range, I think is a fairly safe bet.
Yeah, these are clean.
I'm not
They're
gonna
super
lie,
clean.
just off the strength of the art being decent and the connection to the teams. I mean, like that's not a
Yeah.
joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
So
real
for me,
operator.
yeah, for me, these are fucking nice. I really like this one, the fire one. This one's clean as hell. Um, but yeah,
Well,
I
we
think.
saw that one last week. That
Oh,
one last week was near the floor, I'm pretty sure, or one very similar at about 0.85. Um,
I kind of like.
this would be the one challenge with this collection is that because they're all good, it's a positive, right? So if you buy a floor one, you're going to have no problem selling it
Moving it.
when the
Yeah.
time comes, right? But at the same time, being able to pick up a clean aesthetic one or try to shop traits, maybe a little harder to do just because they all look fire.
Can
Which
you
is,
pull up the pond out
no
there? I'm
problem.
so curious to see what's
Yeah,
left.
yeah, so that's a good transition. So yeah, I think for me, my thesis of the NFTs, I think we're going to see a big comeback. We're going to see the NFT bull in simultaneously with the crypto bull, which will be explosive. I think most of the volume is going to be in a few places. Again, these 2021 projects that we're talking about,
Yeah.
concentrated in the few, like not 100 of them, but like a few. I'm talking about the apes, punks, pudgies, Azuki, B friends, a lot of these others, and then a lot of the new stuff and in the stuff in general is going to be in meme coin NFTs for me. I do think this convergence of meme coins, which is the strongest narrative in crypto, with the new NFT bull and just NFTs in general, is going to be explosive. In general, it's just going to be probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, narrative in crypto in 2025. I think for me, this hasn't taken on yet, caught on yet for a few reasons. I think the NFT bull really started while these meme coins are have been correcting. But when we get the convergence of the NFT bull heating up, plus these meme coins start pumping again, we've already seen it. You saw SPX move up, Bitcoin start to move up, the Aeons and the Sprotos, their NFT collection start moving up. I think when we start to really pull away here, the NFT market starts going up, the coins start going up. We're really going to see the NFT meta heat up like nothing or like crazy. So with that being said, I do think the Aeon Sprotos chopping at 1 ETH, 2 ETH, between 1 and 2 ETH, are going to be those final consolidations before they pull up like, or pull away like crazy. So that's kind of been my thing. I've been buying. I bought a lot of V friends and a lot of the mutants. But the other half of my NFT portfolio is really in these key, what I believe are these key meme coin NFT pieces, which again are to me the top two are the Sprotos, top three Sprotos, Aeons, which again Sproto Gremlins are the NFT attached to the ticker Bitcoin community, and then Aeons, which are the uh, the SPX 6900, which um, is already moving up. So yeah, those two, if you can get one of those, I think again they're going to be on the top 10, if not the top of NFTs in general in floor prices. Again, meme coins, strongest narrative in crypto in general. Plus these Aeon Sprotos are both 3K projects, supply projects, versus the 10K projects that a lot of these older projects are. So yeah, if you can get some of those, definitely would. And then my third is the Pond NFT, which we've been huge fans of for a while. I was lucky enough to get the hoodie Fwog, which is my PFP now at 100. The floor has changed a lot since then with Fwog going down. A lot of people, I think, panic selling these or selling them in general. The floor has moved down a lot. But
Damn.
yeah, but for me, again, it's just capitulation due to Fwog going down. I think once Fwog does move back to the millions, the billions, multiple billions, due to this being one of one, one of 100, one of ones, the strength of Guru and Frog, I think these are going to start to go to for multiple hundreds of soul and potentially could go to upwards of 1,000 if things do get crazy. They give utility and all that. So I think especially now, if you can get one that you like, near between 50 and 100 soul, I think they're a steal. So
Is that owl one still at 210?
208, yeah, two. It's essentially two. Yeah.
What's the floor there?
This one, which has been on the floor the entire time, this ugly lib, this lib, what's it called? COVID one that Yoni likes to call it. I think this one is going to go to, or I think this one's it's at 40, right? So it's been
42, yeah.
been the lowest for a while. This monkey one, you can't really tell it's a vlog, but this looks crazy.
Dude, I'm considering doing the Azuki trade.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
give it a couple more days. Yeah.
nice. Just buying it
What's
with
that?
your ETH.
Oh no, just going on the blend.
Ah,
Blend.
yeah.
We'll
This
see.
might be a fun transition. I know it's kind of not in the exact same vein as that. We
Wait, can
had
you break
Blast, and
it down? How would that work? Just like quickly, like what is it? You're borrowing
Yeah, I'll
your
borrow like half of it, so I'll buy two with like 14 to 13 ETH, and
and it's just
then
like a leverage position on it, pretty much.
and then I'll sell one, hopefully for $1 million and retire.
yeah, that's definitely
So,
the way to do it.
so it's a leverage position. So if it goes down against you enough, like you get called, like you get liquidated, or what?
Yeah,
You have the
not
option to pay it back.
Oh,
yeah. I
okay,
have the option. I just not pay back, and they get the NFT.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Sorry, that's it.
that's right. Interesting.
That's
Yeah,
so
no,
interesting.
it's. I know people like the people that lend again, like they're actually borrowing, like Cyrus and other people that do it. They just like make a killing if you're able to. It's hard to value these things, so you really got to be like confident in your ability to value these things, and it's still risky. If the floors go down like crazy, you're stuck with
I
an
mean, it's
NFT.
only like 15 days, so
Yeah, you should be good. But yeah,
it
I
depends.
do think these flog NFTs probably you're seeing their bottoms here now. So be interesting to see watching them. What happens? So the Pawn, Sprotos, Aeons. If you're able to get one of those, I do think those are going to be key pieces. And the NFT market in general. A few more AI16Z partners, which we've been talking about for weeks on the stream. This is exactly this whole thesis I'm talking about with the meme coin NFTs. The AI16Z partners playing out right now is exactly what we're going to see across the board for everything. As you can see, as AI16Z passed a billion or 2 billion, then NFTs are just going crazy. They're doing this DAO and a bunch of other cool shit. But either way, 10 Sol, probably going to go to 20 Sol. And I think we're going to see the Zero Borns, which are probably the most undervalued now. I sold a few of the AI16Z partners to pick up more Zero Borns. I think when Zero Bro moves up again here, these are going to go crazy above 10 to 20 Sol. So you see, this one looks pretty insane.
Did they take a hit too? Because Zero Bro took a big hit.
Yeah, I remember you were buying them at around 2.5, so they're like really like right around where you bought. So yeah, I think these are gonna bottom out here soon. So if you can get any of these under $1,000 meme NFTs, $500, whatever they are. You're laughing, but I think
No, I'm not. I'm not laughing towards Zero Board. Sorry, I'm laughing to Danksy.
we did.
He's just
What
seeing
did-
on. Oh shit! Wait, it's blend on blur for the question. I
Uh,
can't get it. I can't get on the Twitter chat for some reason.
blend up.
But
Okay, gotcha.
he's,
Mike says
he's posting on YouTube, and it's coming up as me. It's
yeah,
phenomenal.
not to show my bags, but like V Friends, the reason I made it my biggest bag is we've been talking about the whole show. Like the biggest theme is the operator, operator, operator. That's what's going to drive um, the long term progress of any asset, really, right? And to me, Gary Vaynerchuk, like IRL and NFTs in general, I think he understands where NFTs are going in general more than anybody. Has the most resources to really make something of V Friends, and he's really like teased that he's really about to go all in with the Web3 stuff again. So V Friends, as far as it comes to 2021 projects, I think are the most undervalued versus a lot of these other 2021 projects. And I see, right when he starts and they start going stuff Web3 announcements again, I see them going quickly to like 5, 10 ETH. So yeah, Mike, if anybody's able to get those, they're super undervalued as well. The zero or the Befriend Series 2 are up like $150, $200 right now. So definitely smart. But yeah, let's see. Anything else? Again, I think 2021 project's going to take off, the ones we talked about. I think really we're kind of looking for either a catalyst, which is probably most likely. Usually that's what sends things, or just momentum floor prices, like a bunch of these floor prices from 2021 start to hit all-time highs and momentum just spills over. Either way, I think the NFTs are going to have a huge comeback. So, oh,
There's a couple.
we didn't even pull up our boy Yoni's pawn that he got. How could I forget? The
There's a
What, did you get the Popcat one?
yeah,
Yeah.
he got the podcast blog. Let's
straight
It
up,
was
see.
right
up,
there. You
up, up,
scrolled by
up,
it,
up.
to the right.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Hell yeah! How could I forget? Yeah, my boy Yoni. Since I think last time he was on this show, he picked up this one of the cleanest ones. Looks super nice. How much did you get it for, Yoni? Just over 100. What was it?
Yeah, about 100.
Hell yeah! So yeah, really like this one. I think good price. So definitely want to keep an eye on. This is a beautiful one. Damn, this one's clean too.
Yeah.
But hell yeah.
Is that listed? No. What are the cleanest ones that you think are still listed?
Listed. There's a few more. I mean, I think this dinosaur one's all
The
right.
What
Dino,
about
yeah.
the 67 one? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one Eric sold it, and then somebody bought it for him again. Bought it from him again, trying to flip it. But yeah, I mean, this is probably overall the clean, quote unquote, cleanest one. I like mine; it's pretty clean. I think I like the captain one's always been kind of clean to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, obviously the owl. This
I
one's
like the
pretty.
Yeah.
cat.
The cat.
The cat with the crown.
Where's that?
Garfield up next to the chat.
Oh
Right.
yeah, yeah. A
Yeah, it
lot.
seems fire too.
A lot of these are like personal, like super personal to people. Like one of them was the owl one was, or the one that my boy Max got uh was like the guy's actual cat or whatever, or actual dog or whatever. But this one is really, I really like this one.
Gandalf.
Um, Obviously the Frodo one's pretty fucking clean.
Damn, the Frodo one's clean.
Yeah, I like this one. Even the one my boy Lim Dog got, the more basic, like whatever, that one's pretty clean. Um, this one obviously clean.
Yeah.
Somebody probably just gave it to someone as a photographer. This one's clean, but yeah, this one my Mac got's pretty clean.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we're probably going to see NFTs start to bottom out here soon. So if you're able to get any of these, definitely try. But we're closing in on.
Something
What do you say?
something to watch for is bear or not. Well, there's bear chain.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I'll preface this. We've seen chains come and go, even Solana NFTs. Quite frankly, Ethereum is where NFTs have had the most success. Blast had their NFTs. Blast was supposed to be the next platform, all that kind of stuff. So I'm a little
Chain
hesitant on.
NFTs.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant on bear chain. If you will, I'm bearish on the chain. But as I say that, I also want to bring up Abstract. There are several projects preparing to launch on Abstract, but there is one on there that I think is an interesting catalyst. And I just lost my bookmark, but let me go back to it. That is Final Bossu. Kind of Azuki vibes. Looks like the art's really good. Either way, I think because it's being operated and done by Pengu and Luca, and Abstract's got a lot going on behind it. I am watching it. I'm not saying it's the next go-to, but when things get going off there with Abstract, I think there's probably some easy flips, easy wins, and they could be interesting. But like I said, staying power-wise, etc. When it comes to NFTs, really Ethereum is the one, and then Solana to a degree. But just kind of keep those points in mind.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be more exciting. I think there can probably be more new mints coming up and everything we'll be able to talk about. Um, so yeah, I think we've been on here for 2 hours. I think we probably talked about everything. So if you guys came on in the last, 15, 20 minutes, thank you for coming on. We do these streams twice a week. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. PST like today, and then Fridays at 10 a.m. We're going to continue to improve the quality of the streams, have guests, face cams, all of that. So appreciate you. Definitely give everybody a follow on the panel. I think our only one we're missing here today is our boy for Loco, who hasn't been able to hop on today. But yeah, huge year 2025 for everybody in general. I think right now, place your bets. Ignore the FUD. I think we're going to go way higher soon. And see you again on Friday. Definitely follow everybody on the panel. Like I said, go to the Boss Man channel, the Bridge3Labs Discord, Telegram, so you don't miss the streams. And yeah, see you guys on Friday. Anything else before we wrap it up, guys?
Nope. That's
Oh,
it.
great stream today.
Excellent work.
Yep.
This broadcast will end in 5, 4,
All
3.
right,
All
boys.
right.
See you
All right,
Friday.
All right. Take
Shout
care,
out.
guys.
All right, brother. Peace. Yeah, that was fire. Good work,
How do you can
guys.
set it to end in 10 seconds?
Are we still on?
I think we're off.
Oh, okay. It says live still, but no worries.
300 views on